Bow. Oh, you think I... Oh. How come I'm never ready? How does this thing always have to get readjusted? I don't get that. Ooh. Alright. There we go. We're live. We're good to go. So let's bring it. Hey everybody, what's growed on? Finally back, Father Bohawk here. So it's been a long time, but we're back. Work has been kicking my butt, and I have been, it's been a week. It's been a time. We're finally back. So, we're going back to White 2 Kaizo. We are starting run 40, and we are changing things up a little bit. So, I am honestly tired of this early game, and I would like to explore later. So what I'm doing is I am creating a checkpoint system. Once I beat a gym leader, up until that point, I don't count deaths. Deaths will not count until post the gym leader. Now, this does not mean I'm going to be playing suboptimal up to that point. I am still going to be adhering to level caps. I am still going to be one encounter per, and I'm still going to be aiming for 0 deaths. The point of this is not to just breeze through the early games to the points and be able to say I beat it. The idea is that I want to explore deeper into this game, learn more about triple battles in a way, and finally get out of this early game hell, because I have memorized all these trainers and it's starting to weigh on me. So I've added this system as a way for these runs to not be completely killed, in a sense, before it can even get started. And that way, like I said, I can experience the game and experience things, and there might be something in the late game I learn that now, knowing, having made it there, allows me to better optimally play the early game. I don't know. So that's why we're doing it that way. But let's get into it then. So, as you can see, we added our fun little checkpoint system over there. So we have beaten Sharon before, and not just like skimmed past him. So I'm counting that. So now, all deaths do not count until after Sharon has been defeated. If we then wipe again, we do restart. But the checkpoint still stands. This way, too, we're getting to experience more encounters. We're getting to experience more of that stuff and see late game what stuff has to offer. And maybe learn a bit more about the early game mons as they go through, and we know who to protect and who isn't needed and can be thrown away. Anyway, also, you'll notice that we have reset. Unlike our normal thing, I am changing our rival's name, and I'm changing our naming scheme. I'm going to be, at the moment, going off of... I'm going to be changing it up a bit. Right now, we're going to be using normal names up till Sharon. And after that, since it's a poison gym, we're going to go with toxic spellings of normal names. You'll see. All right. We will be resetting our temporary thing. So this is just to reset it and show you that I didn't do anything funky. Alright. I've not seen all this. in a while. Alright. Once again, Bohawk. That is not changing. Sure is. Edgy boy nearby. So, ooh. I don't know if I could fit. I couldn't fit the normal thing. But this feels right. Saucy is the name of the creator of this hack. So, this hack has kicked my butt so much that he's now considered the rival. So that way when I eventually beat this game, it's because I was able to overcome Saucy. Probably. It said post of the Discord, so I'll do that. Little funky. This is why we were using the import save. So I don't have to do all this every single time. As much as we've been resetting, and I'm sure we will still reset plenty. What's up? Ah, nuts. Wait. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Welcome. Alright. Run 40, here we go. Alright. Ah! Okay, now we can... Oh, one thing. Set our options. Hey, hardy. What's this hardy? Wait, trainers have a nature? Huh. Well, that tracks. Run 40. Alright, so fast. Battle scenes on. We're on sets. We run stereo. Save. Confirm. Save. And then we want to export this. Save. Temp. There we go. Alright. So what I've done just now, we're going to make sure it worked, is I want to make sure that basically when I reset, it goes right back to that point. That way we don't have to go through the early game crap. So. I did not. How so? I'm trying to think of that. Now I'm curious because I've never thought about that or seen that. I mean, one is because like nothing about Mantine screams like overly prehistoric, which is what I would see Skarmory as like the futuristic version. Huh. Interesting. I never even thought about that. It's funny then that Mantine is so blah and Skarmory is, well, we all know what Skarmory is. like Skarmory is. Huh. The more you know. Ooh, I never thought about that. To be fair, Mantine is a pretty forgettable Pokemon. It really does need to get a an evolution. Like, they kind of messed up just giving it a baby form, which is a pain in the butt to evolve too. I don't like baby Pokemon. I hate baby Pokemon. Such a you know, people give Game Freak a lot of crap for a lot of their stuff they've done, but come on, baby Pokemon, really? So all right, so the first normie name. All right, so I have brought up a list here of additional baby names. Insert little now boy. We'll do David. We'll give David here the first. Actually, let's find a name that starts with A. Alexander. That fits, right? And yes, very traditional normal name. There we go. Very fancy. All right. Get our Pokedex. Fight our rival. We'll throw Muna to the side in front of Tepig. Let's take a quick look. Max. Contrary. Alright. Magic Bounce. Hey, what's up? Hope you can see all that crap I'm trying. We got Contrary and we got, more importantly, Iron Fist. Yeah. Alright. Done this fight enough to know theoretically the ideal setup. The first turn, double tail whip with the defense curl. Then you take out the Cleffa, then you take out the Rotom, and then you can finish off the Tepig. But the trick is, first turn, you want to throw up a Lucky Chant second turn, so that way... Oh, right. I should probably talk to him. Oh, you might notice the name of the rival. Kicked my butt enough that I would have put the whole ATATA, but it didn't fit, so... Iron Fist is gonna be nice. First turn. Oh. I said double tail whip. Or double leer. Whatever. Same thing. Honestly, too, a neutral nature Chimchar is pretty good. Because he's gonna be more physical, but eventually being able to use that special is helpful. I feel like the fire type is nice to have. That's why I like this trio. That this gives me more of a... It's a better setup overall. Getting double fire thanks to this and the gym encounter. So, see, this is why we run defense curl. It's because that way Cleffa can't get any extra damage. So theoretically we control, you know, how the damage output, and we can out whatever it. Also, you can throw another Leer there. Another defense curl, so Tepig can't do anything crazy. So now these things are lowered, and Cleffa is back down to -2. And bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so now we can double fire on Tepig while Rotom gets targeted. Rotom should go down here, so we can scratch and Psywave. See if it does die, it's still... Ah! Thank God. Okay. Psywave. Alright, so Chimchar doesn't... Nothing bad happens here. I'm gonna shift. Have Chimchar scratch and kill a Rotom. And we go up to the Psywave. There we go. Believe it or not, this setup, well, I think like past this fight is one of the stronger ones. This is probably one of the tougher fights, just because Astonish being super effective against Munna means you have to play very carefully with it. Plus, you lack a lot of the firepower and Intimidate that you get with Makuhita or Poochyena. Because Chimchar and Snivy are powerful enough that Munna makes the perfect support that you can use, but it's also got surprisingly good firepower. Like, it's actually my answer to the Badoo from Cynthia. And the biggest issue is that it's hard to have in against Rival 2 because you don't want it, you want it both in and not in, because if it's in and it gets seen, the AI is going to want to send in Rotom, but it's really good because it does not care about Ekans Intimidate being a special attacker, and also the fact that Ekans doesn't really do much to it compared to everything else. But that ironically is, again, it's the problem, is that Ekans and Rotom are such a like nasty pair behind in the back that you need to position super well and be prepared for them. Alright. Fire Pokebeals. Then we can throw Chimchar out front and go get our very first official capture to counter. We're gonna catch a Pokemon before Bianca could even tell us how. So hopefully we'll be able to figure it out, you know. Without Bianca telling us how to do this, how are we gonna figure it out? Gasp. I sure hope I don't mess it up. Not that I made that joke, that would really suck. Pansear's, it's okay. Doesn't do anything spectacular. It's just an encounter. There's so many better things in this Pokemon Center. Like Charmander and Torchic, which admittedly are the two 4% encounters, are really good. Because Torchic gets you the fire coverage and it gets you extra fighting coverage. And Charmander gets Dragon Rage. And if there's anything I've learned through the one time I was blessed to have it, Dragon Rage early game is super broken. Ooh. Is there anything that gets Dragon Rage that's a crappy Pokemon? Because if so, someone should pitch an idea there for certain garbage gold. Oh, that's mean. That's just mean. Or maybe that's an Elite Four Pokemon. Alright. So let's see. It's a normie name for this monkey. Charles? Yeah, I feel like that's a very normie name. Charles. It is I, Charles, the Chimchar, or the Pan, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Charles. Now that I've put it down 2 other places. Yeah. Honestly, throw it into an Elite Four team Pokemon, and that's a challenge. Even if it only had 5 power points, that's still just nasty. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you're in the 30s, your HP it might be you might have like a good 90 to 100, but that's a guaranteed 3-hit KO, no matter how bulky you are. Let's see, do we get Flash Fire or at least we got Flash Fire. Not a special defense, but at least we got Flash Fire. Sonic Boom would be another good move, though, for some early game shenanigans. Oh, hey, look, it's Mom and Saucy Sister. Oh, literally says Saucy Sister. I forgot. Yeah. God, I can't imagine what that'd be like. Oof. Though, ironically, with well, I don't know the full. I know it's up, but I haven't looked at it. But the thing about a lot of those early game flying types is that they're kind of immune to it, so you couldn't even get a great. Well, I guess I say early game normal types, as if there's not bugs everywhere. That would be, yeah, that'd be good, so good. Alright, so we can actually throw up candy here onto Muna. It's one of my favorite things about Muna. Yawn. Makes catching everything so much quicker and easier. There we go. But like running, like if you were to get access to it, if a lot of the early, like if a lot of Faulkner's Pokemon were flying normal, then you couldn't even abuse it yourself. But yeah, Sonic, those honestly I wish there were more fixed damage moves in a way. Like they can be broken, but you build them out right. They're both difficult to fight, super powerful, and really help early game. Seismic Toss too is another one. Also the fact that False Swipe isn't a stronger move. I hit, so that's just for the up to the encounters. Once I get ready to go into the first fight, I actually go into 9 for the first youngster, and then 11 for Cynthia. Then 12 for Petey, 13 for Last Molly, 14 for Youngster Kenny, 16 for the rival. Stay at that all the way up to Whitney, like whatever experience they get. And then 17 for Norman, and then 18 for Sharon. That's a good encounter. Not as great super early, but it gets much better. But yeah, I just get Muna up to 7 here. If I did need to attack, at the very least now I got it. But this is just so I can throw out Yawn right off the bat. So I have this encounter, Floesy Pokemon Center, and then I can get the Route 20 encounter before the fights by only going in with 1 Pokemon. Since I don't think you can do that in Black 2. But here, you can actually get into the grass and out of the grass. If you're going with 1 and then you catch 1, you got 2, but you got to have 3 for the fight. Also, what do we call her? It's a good normie name for her. I'm thinking Olivia. So I'm gonna put that in all my documents, billions of documents that I have. Pikachu, Olivia, and then finally we put it on the actual game. In theory, you could do it in black too, I believe. I don't know why I did this. But yeah, my guess is that if the rules are the same, where you have to have the number of Pokemon for the encounter, you could, in theory, get one Pokemon, go into the grass, and if you go just north of PD and get your encounter there, you'd be able to circle around and avoid all the trainers. But if you were to get caught before that, now you're stuck with two Pokemon having to fight them. So that's kind of the double-edged sword of it. Also, wow, we're getting good luck on these abilities. I don't even, well, the nature sucks. But Lightning Rod is really good because that gives so much help for freaking Rotom. Look at that first fight. You can put stuff next to it. So I've noticed the AI does not notice the abilities. I do think it's Cynthia isn't too hard once you know her. PD is hard in it. Is honestly the hardest fight of this. Up to Rival 2, because the Chimchar with next to Cottonee and Turtwig means you have to be quick and decisive. Turtwig will start setting up, Cottonee will status you to hell, and Chimchar will obliterate anything that you're not prepared to take on. PD has kind of been one of my massive... It's taken me a while. It's actually why I started going up in what levels there. Because normally I would go in at 11. But I started going in at 12 just to give me that extra boost. He's a massive pain in the butt. You can. I like to keep it enough of a challenge here. I kind of go up like one level each fight. Also, how good is our... Let's see how good our luck is. What's the name of somebody who would show off their snake? I don't know why, and I know it's not the most normal name, but Xander just feels like the right name. It sounds like somebody who would be like making weird jokes about a giant rock snake. Is that weird? Maybe. I don't know if it's a normie name, but I feel like going with it, so. I'll probably come up with a better name scheme down the line. Alright, how good does our luck? I mean, the speed is nice. The special defense sucks. And I really wanted pure power, but at least his abilities in this game are great overall. Like, they're both still really good. I'm sure it'll come and help more so down the line. But for now, I mean, I really can't complain. With as much luck as we've had with these abilities, you got Contrary and Iron Fist and Lightning Rod. Flash Fighter hasn't had much use yet, but still. Also, I have found a good way to get enough Pokeballs to cover for a while. 2 Elixir sales. Gives us enough to buy another 20 Pokeballs. And if we have to throw 35 Pokeballs to catch a Pokemon. Let's just buy it, okay? Alright, so it's rare candy. There we go. Yeah, the way I've been doing it is, like I said, I kind of keep it with the progression where I have enough of an edge to help, since AI isn't playing on Nuzlocke rules while I am. But it's also a general level. As I go through it more, I might, like I said, I've adjusted it. You know, nothing is set. I could, in theory, the way I do it, go into Youngster Terrell with level 10s, because really anything's ever going to overlevel against a Shinx, a Pichu, and an Azrael. So. Also, Adder's a jerk because he blocks off an encounter. So he's a worthless... People talk about all these worthless champions, but no one ever says that Adder, the dude who was damn near gave up the world by losing. I mean, Krabby's not terrible. There's better Pokemon here for sure, but yeah. Really would have preferred a Starly, I guess. I mean, the plus side of it is it does have Mud Sport. Well, I mean, of course, but like Alder just feels like ultra useless. Like, at least, I don't know, I just never... He's so forgettable. Like, people don't even think about him as a champion. And, like, ever. Heck, Iris was the representative of Unova for the Masters Tournament. Was there even... Granted, I didn't watch the arc because I don't watch Japanese stuff yet. But, was even mentioned. I know you can go back and fight him. He's so bad. He's so bad. And then in this game, he's freaking blocking you from an encounter just because he's a jerk. He's a big old jerk. And even too, like, in lore, I just don't find his story that interesting. Like Cynthia is, you know, especially as we see that, you know, from Legends Arceus, like, some connection to the past, and she's this, like, super amazing battler. Stephen Stone's the rich kid who becomes super powerful. You know, Iris is, like, the rising star kind of thing. Diantha's a movie star. I love Leon. I feel like he is underrepresented or, like, undercared about. I think he's one of the coolest, in all honesty. But Alder's nothing. Alder is nothing. I'll bring you up for now. I think we should probably leave Krabby away from the lightning heavy youngster. We get everyone here to level 9. See, I didn't even see the short. Just like base. Honestly, I thought he was great in like everything he did in the game itself. I thought was really, like, lore wise interesting, you know. And then you can learn a bit more about him from the animes. He's just the idea that he's somebody who, like, loves battling, and he takes it as a responsibility, and I will always give credit, and I think it's actually one of the best things about the plot of Sword and Shield. The fact that stuff is going on. Hey, what's up? The fact that the plot goes on, and when you see Leon, he's just like, hey, yo, don't worry about it. I'm the champion. It's my responsibility to keep y'all safe. You worry about becoming a gym leader. Don't worry about saving the world. Instead of, like, a lot of the games, like Lance, hey, random child I've run into, help me save the world. Well, I mean, you're fighting Team Rocket, but still, you know what I mean. Leon, people hate on Leon so hard, and I will not stand for that. He is a treasure. He is an absolute treasure. All right, so Olivia can go here. Actually, Xander can go here. Olivia can go here. And Alexander can go here. And we'll do a quick heal up. And then we'll go smash Youngster Terrell into the ground. Since Onyx doesn't care about anything that Shinx can do. See, I get that people don't compare Leon and Hop, but ironically, I don't think Hop is as terrible as everyone makes him out to be. Like, and this just could just be my internal hipster. Yeah, beat up little kids. He's a jerk. Youngster PD is friends with this kid, I'm sure of it. But like, I think one of the reasons that Hop was as annoying as he was at times was because he was trying to live up to his brother's legacy. So when you when you think of him as that, you're like, wait a minute, he was trying to, what's the word? He was trying to live up to being the younger brother of the champion and tied his entire identity to being the little brother to the greatest champion in Galar's history. So his identity was tied to that. When he lost to you, he saw you and him as about equal level. So that's why a loss to you never really bothered him so much. He's like, we started at the same time. You're just a little ahead of me. It's okay. But we're still, we're still, his hand selected, and you're just as important to his legacy as I am. But then when he loses to Bede, he was like, wait a minute. What the heck? No. Me losing is looking bad on my brother, because his entire identity is tied to being Leon's brother. And it's not till eventually when he realizes that he is more than just being the little... And this is why we don't count deaths yet. He is being more than just the little brother of... being more than just a little brother of Leon, that he becomes a happier, better person and realizes that his interest isn't just see, it is. If you look at it though, I think it is. I think it's subtle, because you see the way he reacts to that. He reacts to the losses by others differently than the way he loses to the loss of Bede, where that shakes him to his core, and then after every subsequent fight with him afterwards, he questions himself. He's like, what the heck? And he's down on himself. That's how I see it. I also like to overanalyze things, so, there is that to be fair. Oh, snap. Alright. Yeah, I do tend to overanalyze stuff. So. It's, like I said, this is all the way I see it. I could be 1,000% wrong. I definitely like that. He definitely... And see, that's where I felt like he was trying to find his identity through his teams, you know? Also, you can tell I am very much not fully paying attention to these fights now that I know the deaths don't matter. But I am going to try down for the next fights to not let that stupid stuff happen. Also, I do also forget that how crappy baby Pokemon are. Oh my freaking goodness gracious. I hate them so much. They are the worst. Why, Game Freak, why did you create baby Pokemon? 0 freaking points. 0 freaking points. All it does is give, you know, crazy sadist people, no names, but them crazy sadist folks, it gives them a solid reason to put those baby Pokemon as your only freaking encounters. Oh. Overall, I like Sword and Shield. I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a lot of fun. Honestly, the biggest misstep for me on Sword and Shield was I felt like the wild area, it just felt very dead and lifeless overall. Like it didn't feel worth, like it got old very quickly. I will say though that I did like how it gave you early game so many encounters. Like, because one of my favorite things ever is early game variety. I love it when you're not stuck, when not every team is built basically the same, because there's only a handful of frickin' Pokemon. So my biggest pet peeves are, you know, though ironically too, I find it funny is that like every time I watch somebody do a vanilla Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun Nuzlocke, the encounters are all basically the same. You usually see a Butterfree early game. Everyone does the Halucha trade. You usually get, I mean, it all depends, but you just, every team feels very similar. I like it when you get those like wildly different teams. Okay, so real quick here, let's focus in for Cynthia, because I am trying to not play reckless. I am trying to play a little more focused. I think Charles is good with Incinerate. I think Sarah... What do you got? You got Moxie. Holy defense. So, yes, you can Mud Sport. Charles can Incinerate. Muna Psybeams the Badoo. We got Alexander. I actually think it's worth it to have, despite it being a baby garbage Pokemon, I would rather have to put in Olivia than Xander here, even with Solid Rock, because I know better. Because, I mean, there's that, but also the fact that you've got Riolu, Shellos, and Feebas all in the back, all of which are, you know, super effective against Onix. Even with it taking less damage, it's also doesn't mean crap, because things tend... The AI in triple battles is still a massive mystery to me, because I swear there are times where instead of going for super effective massive damage, they use a wing attack on something that's not very effective or something like that. And it's like, why do they do that? And then you think, B, why do they do that into this slot where it should have been safe so I can shift, and now I just shifted into 100%, you know, K or a 99% KO move that it low rolled on, but now I'm screwed. I know the AI doesn't see crits, but the AI knows it's gonna crit. That's how I like to believe it. Alright, so let's mood spurt. Let's... Or does anyone have berry? You know what? No one actually has a berry. So let's actually use this for a Leer. And you're gonna Psybeam Budu. And with you being faster, I can considerate next turn if somehow Budu doesn't die. It will, because if a Budu baby garbage Pokemon survives a Muna's super effective attack, well, I'll be very upset, that's what, but still. They love their setup. I've learned that much. Gibble, yep, work up. Can Gibble and Togepi both go down next turn? That looks like they can both go down next turn. See, but who's down? So, I figured Feebas was coming in. You know, I saw in the documentation that it said that it's supposed to have a water gem, but I have never seen that water gem activate, so I don't know if it actually has it or not. Regardless, and we'll find out here in just a moment, but I have never seen that water gem activate. So, I mean, it very much could be a Devil's thing. It is also still a Feebas. So, this is a double KO. So that means we got a double Moxie boost. Oh. Now Sarah can just go ham on these fellas. Ha ha ha. Shellos is like... Ooh, okay. Oh, it won't work yet. Oh, wait, how fast... Hold on, how fast is Muna? That's fair. The white... Well, it said it on the White 2 Kaizo documentation, but... I mean, hey, it works out for me. Oh. Dang. If Muna was just a little bit faster, I could have pivoted it before Shellos uses String Shot, and it would have bounced right back at everybody. But I already know that it's going to hit everyone, or it's not going to get it in time. So I might as well just get the Feebas kill. I'm already fast enough. And between Leer and a double Moxie boost, both theoretically could go down. Shellos probably won't get one hit KO'd here, just because it's surprisingly bulky. But Riolu probably will. Shellos darn near did. That's the orange berry. Who cares? Yeah, I can guarantee you Shellos is using String Shot. AI loves... I have learned that speed control is its favorite thing to do. It loves setting up, and it loves speed control. And it does... I think it does... I have noticed it does seem to know who is the fastest. So if it can target 3 Pokemon, it will always target the fastest Pokemon. Let's send in Alexander. Lucky chance so nothing silly happens. You know, I will say I'm actually glad that didn't get brought in here, because it'd be one of those random pain in the butt things. Also, I have noticed that so there is one thing there's one trainer that I have noticed that has mixed it up, and I want to say that was someone else, but what's his name? School Kid Cassie in Alder's house. The normal order is Chikorita, Lotad, Ponyta. But depending on who you choose, I have seen Lotad and it go Lotad, Chikorita, Ponyta. The order has changed before based on who you choose. I have noticed that before. I don't know how intentional that is or not, but I've noticed it. Also, there's no reason to bring Onyx in here, so let's level everyone up. All right. So, tricky part coming up here is what do we do for PD? Alright, so PD, PD, PD. Oh, PD. PD, you Peadster. I think Charles is good centered. Chimchar. Actually, Chimchar centered. Alright, real quick. Okay, so I just have to make sure that this Turtwig won't see a kill. If I'm not mistaken, the AI sees multi-hit moves as a roll of just its base and not all 5 hits or multiple hits. That might change with it having something like Mincino might change that, but let's see. So real quick, this Turtwig with level 9, an attack of 16 versus a 10 defense, using Tackle, which I believe is a 50 power move in this game. So should not see a kill. So I think we are safe for a turn here. Actually, no, I want you from here.